Hello everybody, welcome to Advanced MS Excel. Let's learn. I'm your Excel instructor. Guys, today we'll be covering the very important function in Excel VBA called sorting. Guys, you know sorting is very important when it comes to presentation, when it comes to prepare a project where you have to put everything in chronological order or alphabetical order. So that has to be in apple pie order, with which you can impress your boss. So guys, let's discuss today about sorting through VBA, how we can execute this with proper coding. And just read this, what actually is required when it comes to sorting. You can see this two data set, and this is the one which is before sorting, and this is the one which is after sorting. So this representative column where we are having all the names in A to Z alphabetical order, and you see the left data where everything is in random ways. All right, so because it's not properly sorted, so you see everything is well defined, where anybody can find number of occurrence easily, and here you have to scroll or filter, so dependency is too much in a very disorganized data. So this is just one way where you can have your data organized. All right, and there are three components required in sorting. The one is key, on what basis you want the sorting to be done, and order, it should be Excel ascending or descending, header, whether it is having header or not. That's all about sorting VBA. All right, so let me go to my file where I have this data set. So today we'll be learning how to do the sorting with all possible scenarios. Let me copy this data and put this over there. All right, and now I have to do the sorting. If you just go to data and do the sorting, guys, with one column, so you just do this way, everything is perfect. All right, if you go to sort again, or maybe U to Z to A, you can see that it is sorted that way, and you can use these two things also. All right, so now let's do the sorting with VBA. How you can do that? Go to developer tab and go to Visual Basics, and now Control R. So guys, sorting VBA, now we have to go to insert and module. All right, so how to do the sorting? You have to write with subroutine sorting code. All right, so now you know that only one column we are doing we are doing sorting. How we can do that? There are two things. Either you go to record macro, sorting record. All right, click this, and now you just click this and go to data and Z to A, or maybe A to Z. Let's see, is it recorded? Control R, go to module 2. See guys, this is well recorded. All right, so because this code we can't use, because if you just copy this code, all right, Control C, or maybe you copy from this, Control C and Control R, and take it there. All right, so this long code we have recorded. Okay, now I tell you, without using this entire thing, this entire code can be written in just one line. So recording is okay to some extent, but that has to be perfect, where you have to have some set range. You know that this set range, it has restricted this data, but data could be dynamic. Right now in the data you can see we have 44 rows, but it can be 60, it can be 100, it can be 1000, it can be any number of rows. So you have to be very careful, guys, when you work on such kind of stuff, because recording code is not recommended at all unless you are perfect and you make the code dynamic. All right, so you have to be very careful. So today in our this session, we will be covering almost recording through macro, through automation, how you can do that with all possible scenarios. So how to do the sorting with one column? Very simple. So you can do this way. First you define the range, dim RNG as range, and set RNG equal to you can define last row also, dim L row as long. So these are my variable where I have to find out the dynamic range. But before I have to find out the dynamic range, first let's write the code in one line how it is working. All right, range dot sort is there, and now after sort we should write control space key 1. Key 1 is not there, no problem. Let's try sort key 1 is there. Okay, key 1, and then what we can write, guys, key 1 equal to, you can see key 1 equal to, we can give range A1 because data is kept in A1. All right, and now range key 1 comma order and order 1 equal to Excel ascending control space. So you can choose from this. Excel descending I want. Okay, and now header 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 equal to, again you do control space Excel, yes, is already there. So now you just how to one more thing, how to make entire code as a comment. This is also one thing. So how you can do this, go to edit or maybe go to view, go to toolbar and edit. You will get, again you see that what I'm doing, go to view, go to toolbar and edit. Once you have the edit, these things is visible. All right, that you can just select this, you can read the comment block, uncomment block. If you just do everything, it is just comment, it's not a code. All right, if you select everything and now you just see uncomment block. All right, so we don't want this code, we will run this way and let's try how does it perform. Press F8, guys, it is working superb. Now you understood this entire code, whatever we have recorded, is just over with this line of code. Got it? Now if you make it Excel ascending to Excel descending to Excel ascending, so now you see entire code is this. It is working superb, guys. And now we have to find out how to make the range dynamic also, since we are located in sheet 3. All right, so how you can do that? With this workbook dot worksheets, and now you can say sheet 3. All right, width and range, set rng equal to dot range dot cells first row first column comma cells L row first column. But first row, this is the first row where we have the header, that's why we are telling Excel yes, that's why we have started with header. All right, now the thing is that L row we have not defined yet. So again you go activate this dot activate. Guys, the way I'm telling you, this is the best and professional way to define the code. Worksheets sheet 3 dot activate, because if you don't activate, if someone is located at database tab, so that will not work, it will just disturb the data. All right, so you have to be very careful where you are working, go to that particular sheet. All right, now since this code we don't need, you can just put single code there, or if you don't want to do that, if you are just clicking this way, you can do that way also. It will become comment now. And now this is the standard way where you can define the range. All right, so remember this syntax, and first row first column, this is the first row first column, and this is the last row first column, so it will select everything. Now let's find out the last row. L row is our variable equal to active sheet dot cells rows dot count comma 1 dot and Excel up dot row. So guys, this is one style, and how to do another style. L row equal to active sheet dot cells A and rows dot count dot and excel up dot row. All right, let me make it this way. What is my row? What is my L row? Guys, understand, L row is 44. If you just remove this, make the comment, and now put the breaker. Okay, just left click. Okay, and now if you don't want to that, just select this line, it will become breakpoint. All right, so now I'm putting the breakpoint, and now see L row active sheet dot cells rows dot count. See guys, this actually is correct or wrong? Rows dot count, rows dot count and a dot and xlf dot row. Press F8. It's working. It's not working. So guys, what is the problem here? Active sheet dot cells rows dot count comma 1 dot and excel up dot row. Active sheet dot cells rows dot count comma 1. So guys, understand, this is also the way, but it is not working. What is the problem in this syntax? Again, you do that. Rows dot count. What is the rows dot count? This dot and excel up dot row. All right, so active sheet dot cells rows dot count. Now you see that rows dot count this and a. So now how you can do this? Dot and excel up dot row. Okay, L row. Again you go there and check this how it is working. So you have to put a % rows dot count. All right, will that work? So guys, in this code I have written, and now you see, is it really working or not? Because if you look at this code, rows dot count comma 1, and I'm writing this way, it is getting us error. You see, this is getting us error because the syntax is wrong. So you have to be very careful when you write, because always remember, if you put rows dot count, okay, but now you see it is getting us entire rows. All right, but if you see that cells has two criteria, rows and columns. Got it? So this is my row, and now if you just put comma, all right, and now if you just put a, because this is the syntax we are using here, and same thing we are doing here. Rather than 1, we are telling column a. All right, now you see, is it working? Yes, it is working, guys. All right, because rows dot count comma a, that has to be there. All right, if you make it rows dot count ampersand a, it will tell you entire thing that you can hover over that. So last row is 44, so you can use either of them. There are other ways also which I will explain. Now if you have seen this range dot select, now you can see if you press F8, see it has selected everything, guys. All right, again you go there on the top, it's already selected, and now if you just see this 44, it is selected, guys. If I click this, if I make it again central, all right, if you see central is the first. Now if you just like this and run the code, now you see it will select everything. All right, now you just scroll and see it has selected everything. Now it is dynamic now. All right, so now what you can do, rather than putting this control C, you can just replace this code. All right, so let me copy this entire thing down and let me make it west, and now east. All right, now let's try this, guys. This is superb. It is working. See, it is working east west. All right, it is working. So this is another way where you can actually sorting the data with your VBA code. So guys, now you know this simple one line actually is getting you everything. Now assume we have not header included in that second row, and over there you have to put no. All right, so if I just copy this entire data, going down and just copy this data and putting this. So what you can do here, if you just sorting again, see that it has done wonderful job. again it has done the sorting when we have excluded the header Excel no, and the range also does not have the header. I hope guys you found this useful, and remember this is the way where you can sort the data with dynamic range. All right, let's jump to our database tab where we will have two scenarios. It has to be sorted with region and representative. All right, so these two, let me highlight these two columns with this color and this representative color. Okay, how to do that? Let me first make the border. Okay, Control Shift down, make the border Alt HBA, all time favorite of mine. This is the border shortcut, Alt HBA. Now we have to do the sorting, Control R. Let me insert new module. Guys, this session we have designed to help you understand how to do the sorting with the with VBA code, which is required, because when you work on a project and on an automation tool where your code actually demands the sorting subject to the algorithm you are making, so such kind of things actually is very useful. Since I have seen lots of people, they actually record the code for sorting, but after the session is over, you will have good understanding about just one line actually can really do the wonders. All right, if you I tell you some more thing, some Control Z, if I make, I tell you something guys, if you apply the border, now you see what is the coding. If I just apply border, okay, so now if you just put okay, unable to record, let me, yes, now see apply border, I'm doing applying border. How it will do that? Maybe Control A, Alt HBA. Guys, you see there is a big coding, almost 15-20 coding it has written or it has recorded. Just one syntax we have applied. Okay, Control R. Now see guys, this is the coding. Apply border. Can you believe this? See, that's why recording is not recommended. It actually very unhygienic, because if you just record, maybe if you make it dynamic also, the selection, the range, this code does not look good. See, it is good when you have the same structure, same type of data every day, but not at all recommended, because it is just getting lots of, and trust me, this entire thing is just one line of code that will be covered in our next sessions, where one line of code will replace everything whatever you're recording. So avoid recording, and you can see this sorting also we have done. It is waste, because just one line of code is doing the wonders. All right, you can see this is just one line of code we have written. The same thing applies to border also. All right, so since coding is very easy, it requires only logical pattern. If you think, if you're good in numbers, of course it is very easy for you to do everything. All right, so now let me jump to my module where I have to write sorting for multiple headers or columns. Sub sorting with multiple options. Okay, name could be anything, whatever you want to write. So again, I'm telling you, if I do the recording for that, do Control A and recording sort multiple. Now see, if I go to data sorting, add level, of course my data has headers. I have selected by default, actually it is selected, now it is there. So now you see this is the pattern. If you have to add a level, you can add, I want this region A to Z, add level, I want representative also A to Z. Guys, you can add as many as you have. All right, let's see how many you can add. See, you can add as many as you have. Understood? Now let me close that. So if I go to sort, you select region and add level, you can select representative. I want Z to A. Now see, this is the recording. All right. Developer, stop recording. So if you go to sheet 2, sort multiple, guys, you can see again, big coding. All right. And this is not good. Let's do the same thing. Control C, and I take this here, and let me put that as a comment so that you can see the difference. All right. Let's start our coding here. So how we can write our coding again? Let me just make this as a dynamic range, and let me go back to my previous code, and let me take this line of code so that it will be easy for me to make the range dynamic and save my time also. So I have defined range as RNG. As I mentioned, this range you have to empty also at the very end. When your job is done, set RNG equal to nothing. All right. So since this is database tab, rename, I just copy this. You have to go to this. Sheet 3 has to be replaced with database. And now this is a database. Now you see, if I run this, it is just selecting one column because we have defined only one column. But here we are taking first row also. How many columns we have? 7 columns. All right. So now you have to define 7 columns there. Let's run the code again. See, if you go there, it is superb. It is dynamic. It has selected entire things. Now we know what is our range. All right. So range we have found out already. And now what actually we have to define? Our sorting code. Sorting code is start here. Now with active sheet dot. All right. With active sheet dot. Now what we have to write? Dot sort. And now once you start any statement with, it has to be closed with and with also. All right. Dot. So what you can write? Sort fields. If you go little up, you can see this entire address it is given. Dot sort fields dot add key. All right. So you can just copy this code. Dot sort fields dot add key. All right. So key equal to this is range, of course, B1. All right. Key, add key equal to B1. Now what you have to write over there? Comma, order. Order equal to, again, control space, Excel, ASCE, Excel ascending. All right, because region we want in ascending order. You can say region we have in ascending order. All right. So this part is done. Control C. Now another part. So this actually our representative, which is in C column. So C1, this actually we want in descending order. All right, guys. Control C. This is descending order. I hope this is clear. And now very simple. We have done this job. Now set range, header, and apply. So you can just copy these two. All right. And now I'm just telling you how to write our own code. And now dot apply. So since this is our range, which is dynamic RNG, you can just put RNG. All right. And let's run the code, guys. With active sheet dot sort fields, header we have given X alias, and then apply we have given set range we have given. All right, now run this code and see. Let me first sort this manually with date. This actually I can delete with date so that you can see the difference. All right, now you see this is my data. And if you just go there is one more thing, guys. If you just go to data and sorting, by default you have these things available. So first you remove these things, okay, how to delete and everything, then your sorting will happen. So if you go there, we have got this recorded option, okay. So you can just copy and you can just paste here, active workbook dot worksheet dot sort field dot clear. Maybe you don't need this. Now if you run this, see, again I'm telling you, go to data and see the sorting. By default this actually is kept in the memory. So now if you run that line up to this line, you see that is gone now. Go to data and sorting. All right, 1 minute. Let me remove or reset the code, and now go to data and sorting. See guys, it is gone now. All right, so now you understood every line is so important. And now let me just run this code faster. Guys, see, it is working superb. All right, this is representative central. If you see central, okay, and representative S M K, okay, and now because what is happening here, C1 Excel descending, all right, header Excel, yes. And now if you just do the sorting again, data sorting, and now see that representative 0, the same thing it has recorded. All right, is working superb. Now if you go to sorting and delete this level, and now put the order date oldest to newest, this is the data. All right, if you do manually the sorting, go there, and now region A to Z, and now add another level, go to representative, this C to A. All right, and then okay. So it is doing the sorting very well. All right, so this is Z to A. All right, A G J K M S, okay. And you know, as per, suppose this example you take W, so Z to A, after S we got T, this is perfect. And if you look at east, you can see that after H J will come and then P will come, which is superb guys, it is working. And now if I go to sorting again, and one more thing I tell you, if you just click this any field guys, any cell, if you suppose units, so now go to sort, is largest to smallest, this is different way to sorting. Now if you go to developer and now see this code, all right, see this code, it starts from here, this is actually our range, but actually our code starts from this. How many lines we have used? 1 2 3 4 5 guys, I don't call these lines, because if you look at these things, one line, this is amazing big line, okay, this is all big line. So this actually is better, this is actually clean code, and anyone can understand what actually developer wants to write there. All right, if you just click this and press F5, now see how beautifully it is sorting the data. All right, and you can add one more thing. If you want to add, you can add as many as, you know, in this, suppose I want G column, so you can say G column in descending order. If you just click this, now you see this is G column. What is happening here, let me tell you. If you look at vast data, first actually S to T, and then in descending order this amount. Okay, this is superb guys. So sorting can be made. And now let's try with item also, because see, if you have same kind of pattern which you have to do every day, this amazing code can help you. I want in descending order, now see it is superb. If you go to west, okay, see this is superb, ST superb, and this is descending order, this amount, this is perfect. And now this B P D P, what is happening here, this is, we have written Excel descending guys. After we have done everything, it is actually not coming. If you see T, let me add some more thing, insert, okay, let me put control D, what I can write in the T, it should be in descending order. Suppose this is the amount, which is perfect, 1200, okay. Over there, what should I write? Suppose I'm writing A. Let's do the sorting again. Now if you see this part, guys, it is superb, it is working guys, it is working, trust me, it is working. You know what is happening here, so this is in descending order and this item is in descending order, P B A is there, right? So descending order. So now you see, because this criteria is met, okay, center criteria, and now after that it has after S we got T, which is perfect. All right, because that is called descending order in the C1. And now in the D1 also you can say that okay, B, P, because this is the set, guys. We look at this is the set. Because if you see S after T, sometimes there are conditions which are contradicting each other. You can see this data. It is in descending order. But if you look at this data, first it is getting P, B, A. Guys, this is also in descending order because PBA. PBA means ST because this D column is in descending order. So understand this, how does it work? But always the result will not be that good as you require, because sometimes condition will also contradict other condition also. But over here we have seen it is working superb, and you can just change the criteria to your requirement. All right, so you have to see some cases like that, how you can do lots of things. And this is the code which we have recorded. Is lengthy but not recommended when it comes to coding in a professional way. All right, so now you see that, and now you just copy this code and go to developer and insert ActiveX control, put the button here. In the button you just mention all and this module. Now what is happening, just select this, so sorting is happening. All right, and if you just copy this entire data and put over there, and now write A. All right, A1 through everything. Now if you just sorting this data, now you see it is working superb, guys. All right, with just one click you can see the result. Let me do one more time. Now fill the series and see it is working superb, guys. All right, so because total has to come in this way, and if you do Control Z, it will not happen because you are running the macro. In macro, if you do that, that does not support the Control Z, because you're running this through the code. All right, and whatever you have if you do something, you can see the two arrows left and right. If you write something, you can see that will be activated. All right, if you do something, it will be activated. Now if you go there, all three steps it has recorded. And if you just do undo everything, all right, you can do undo everything. Like, let me write one. Let me write, if you want to do undo everything, suppose I don't know how many times I've written. Okay, now see that I don't know how many times I've written, but now if you go there, trust me guys, you have to do everything this way. All right, or maybe you just click this multiple times. All right, and now see that you just the shortcut. Understood the shortcut? I will tell you another shortcut also in that. If you just click this, suppose there are multiple items we have written, or we are doing some kind of stuff and we don't want to do. See, there are two things. Either you select everything and you can do Alt EAA. All right, that is the one where you have to press Alt EAA. But now after you have everything, you go there and Shift you press and then go 24 undo actions. See, everything is gone, guys. I hope guys you found this useful. Let me tell you the last exercise also in this session where you can sort the tab all worksheet also. Amit, and now let me rename Vikram. And now let me write B, and now I have to write John. Guys, I have these tabs. All right, we need, okay, and now let me write over there Anil, and now my friend Matthew, and now Sylvie. All right, so guys, there are lots of tabs available in this workbook, but now the question is, suppose we have lots of tabs. Let me add one more, Akash. All right, or maybe let me have another one, Gagan. Okay, I have lots of tabs, but now the problem is, if I have 100 tabs, I have to sort the tabs. Don't you think it will be difficult for you? to sort the tabs. All right, how will you sort the tabs? Is there an option available? Did we ever think, is there any option available to sort the tabs? You never know. Maybe you are making an automation where you cannot give the index and everything. Maybe if someone is, going control page up and down, all right. See, control page up and down, if someone is doing, is that really possible? If someone go this way, it will take, okay, then it will be easy. If that person name starts with S, actually that person will go and stop here. Maybe he will check now, because somewhere we have to understand how to organize our work. All right, guys, you can see I'm just using page up, page down, control page up, page down. This is how you can juggle among the tabs. All right, you can see that page up, page down, page up, okay, page down. All right, so now we are not getting into all that, but now how to sort these tabs? Let me take another module, control R, and now insert module. So how we can write the code? So sort the sheets. All right, we have to write sub sort the sheets. How you can sort the sheets now? Control S. Understand first, for I equal to, see, first we have to find out sheet count. So dim sht count as integer. In my previous video, I have discussed with you how to find out the sheet count. Actually, this is the syntax, sheets dot count. All right, if you run this code, you can understand the sheet count. 13 sheets are available. All right, we have to sort the sheet, so you can use dim I as integer. Guys, let me tell you, before I define or declare all the integer values or variables, guys, if you have these tabs, how will you do manually? You check data and database. Actually, data will come before database because data is less than database. All right, and before D, if you have something A, B, guys, I will go crazy if if I get this task, or if VB is not there, because we are working in a spreadsheet. So you have to find out A. A is there. So in A also we have Abhi and Anil and Akash. I think Akash is the first guy who will come to the very front. After Akash, we have to find out. See how we are comparing Akash, because if we go from data and database, is data is less than database? Yes, so data is already there. Now data will compare with Vineet. Is Vineet is less than this? No, Vineet will be there only. If Amit is there, Amit will come before data. This way it will keep on coming. So now understand, this is how we are going to do with VBA. For I equal to 1 to sht count. So guys, understand, when we start with our loop with I, we have to close that I. All right, now for j equal to I plus 1 to sht count. So now understand, we are putting I plus 1. So here we have to subtract 1, because I means 1 to 12, j means 2 to 13. Now you understood the logic. And now next j. I hope guys you are enjoying the session for I, and now you can just tab so that your code knows where it is starting, where it is closed. So this actually you have to organize this way. All right, for j equal to I plus 1. Now you have to be very careful and understand sheets I, and now you have to put if sheets I less than sheets j. All right, then again you have to close with and if. Then what you want, if sheet I, if data is less than this, all right, so what you have to do, sheets I dot move before, or sheet J, because I is less than J. All right. So assume that what we are doing, because if you see, understand this code again. Sheet I means this Amit or data. So understand if it is there. All right. If I data is less than Amit, okay. So if, then we are not doing anything. Or if maybe you can do this way, if J is less than I, all right, then sheet J to move before sheets I. All right, is it fine? Can we run this code now? Press F8. So now understand what message we are getting. If sheets J dot name again, all right, dot name, okay, okay. Now again you run the code F8. So what is happening again? Sheet J dot name. Okay, this we have to give. And now see that what message we are getting. Sheets J dot name move before sheets I dot name. All right. So what is happening here? Control Z. Sorry. Control Z. Control Z. Sheets J dot move. Now understand why we are getting this error. Why we are getting this error here? Because sheets J dot move before sheets I. All right. If sheets J dot name less than this, so this actually the syntax is getting us the error. Now this is called debugging, guys. All right. Sheets SHEETS J dot move. Now dot move is fine. Sheet J dot name or J dot name dot move. If you do that, it will work. All right. See, now you run the code again. Press F8. Okay. Object required, guys. All right. What is object? Sheet J is 2 and sheet I is 1. So move before sheets I. Clear? So again, we have to do something in that code and find out what is the problem, because now we have to see and see that if you write a code active sheet dot move after, now record the macro A, B, C and 1 and see that if you just move this, okay, move is there, no, move or copy, move is there, guys. Okay, I'm just telling you what you can do here. Before I think this Amit before data, so now you see it will come there, stop this, okay. And now if you do control R, okay, now go to sheet 2. So sheets Amit dot move before, now sheets Amit dot move before sheets 1. So now sheets 1 move before sheet 1. This is the syntax, guys, what we are looking for. So objective to tell you this code here, if you really see this line of code, which actually is perfect, because sheets J dot name, it will give the sheets Amit dot move before. So move before means that index will not come. All right, because sheets 1 dot name is not taking. If you remove this and now see that what actually we are getting here. All right, so now if you run this and start F8, press F8. Object required, guys. What object it is asking for? Because sheets J dot name, again you go there. See, this is called debugging. Whatever I'm telling you, it is called debugging, guys. Okay, so worksheets J dot name. Okay, now if you just do that, see, worksheets J dot name is not coming. So because J is the index, all right, J is the index. So if you just see that again, what is J? J is 2. Got it? So worksheets. If sheets, okay, sheets J dot name and MSG box, MSG box. Now if you press F8, understand this, go there and press F8. You have the data. All right, you have the data which is perfect, which is coming. And now if you run this sheets j dot name dot move before sheets I, and if you did press F8, what object is required here? Sheets j dot name dot move before sheets I. All right, and I is 1 before sheet 1. Now you understood the problem. See, the objective here to tell you that, because if you run this code, it is, now the problem is it is sheet 7 and it is actually sheet 1. All right, because I is 1. I is 1. So now what you can do here, before sheet 1 it cannot be moved, guys. Now got it? So over here you have to interchange the values I and j. Clear, guys? So now if you run this code again, it is getting us the problem. So how to resolve this issue? Because if you see that, and if you just click this, see over here my objective is to tell you the logic. All right, sheets I dot name dot move, guys. Now I give you some 10 seconds and think about it, because if you sheet 1 is there and over here you have sheet 7, so 1 actually before 7 will be moved, right? Dot move before sheet 7, and if you press F8, object, what object is it asking for? So guys, now if you run this code, it will give you error. Let's see that F8. Why? Because sheets j dot name move before sheets I dot name, whatever, or maybe it is sheets I. All right. So now what actually we have to do, if sheets j dot name is less than sheets I dot name, this actually you can put that. All right. You can see this way. Press F8. Okay, because it will get you the complete name. But over here we are using name first, and now we are telling this dot name. So what is the problem here? Because sheet name should be same, correct? If you put sheets j dot name sheet I dot name, now if you press F8, it is getting error, because the problem over here is that sheets j dot name dot move before sheets I dot name. All right, and if you read this line of code through the message, you see abhi, but in this actually scenario, you cannot put this name, because you see that sheets j dot move before sheets I. If you run this, you can see that it is doing the job perfectly fine. It is kind of sorting, it has done. All right, now see Akash, Abhi, Amit, Anil, D, D, G, H, I, J, M, S, P, and V, 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 whatever. So now if you do that, it will work accordingly. All right. And now if you read the syntax, sheets Amit dot move before, and what? Sheets this, whatever is there. All right. Sheets I, because sheets I is the name, correct? Now if you read this sheets I MSG box, now what message you are getting? See, you have to explore this way so that it will be easy for you to understand. Press F8. It is actually does not support this property or method, because if you write in this property dot move before or something, it actually over there you have to put only the index, like sheet j. It knows that what is the sheet j that has to be moved before sheet I. This will give you the index, guys. All right, and if you run this code again, understand that what is the code. Actually it will not give you any value, because it is an index. All right, so what index is that? If you look at this, this is sheet 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So when you run the loop, this sheet 7 actually is a sheet 10. All right, so how you can do that? If I show you an example, sheets 1 dot sheets 10 dot activate. All right, and now if you just click this, and now if you see sheet 10 is activated, this sheet 7 is a sheet 10. Now you know the index. So what actually we are doing before, if you just remove this sheets j dot move before. All right. So if you really have to explore, you have to understand what is sheet j. Sheet j dot name dot move before. All right. If you do that sheet j dot name, it will give you complete the name of the worksheet. All right. And now if you really want to use that name, so you can do that way, worksheets, because that's the name will come that way. All right. And now you have to use this dot move before, and now again you have to use uh, worksheets sheet I dot name. All right. And if you really run this code, you see it is working, guys. And now if you really make it, if this greater than this, all right, and now you make I, and that I will become j. And if you run it now, you see that it is in a descending order. All right, guys, it is in descending order. So you can see that G H I J K. Let me add some more. Okay, I hope guys you understood this debugging part also, X, Y, Z. And now let me change this now. If this is less than this, let me make it J, and now let me make it I. All right. So whatever is earlier, we have actually changed this with the name of the sheets, and whatever we had, index, so that was this case. I hope this is you found useful, and if you do that, sorting it has done in just seconds. You can see this, and now this is the code where you can do the sorting, guys. I hope guys you found this session useful about sorting, where you can do the sorting of the tabs in dictionary if format, or if you have some data this way, you can also do the sorting. Your code is perfectly fine. And now if you have to do the sorting with single column, all right, so that also you can do with single line of code. This is the code, sort the sheets, and now this is the code where you have multiple, header available. All right. I hope guys you found this useful, and this is the one single line of code we have sorted. So this entire line we have replaced with this line. All right. I hope guys you enjoyed the session, and thank you very much. Have a wonderful day. Bye bye.